It's the end of an era in Saudi Arabia and a massive relief for millions of migrant workers. After more than 50 years, the kingdom has officially scrapped its notorious Kafala or sponsorship system, a move that could transform the lives of nearly 13.4 million foreign workers, including over a million Indians. This marks one of the biggest labor reforms in Saudi history, and it's already being hailed as a game changer for workers' rights in the Gulf. But what exactly was the Kafala system and why was it so controversial? The Kafala system, Arabic for sponsorship, was introduced in the 1950s to manage the inflow of migrant labor into Saudi Arabia's booming oil economy. Under this system, a local sponsor or kafil had almost total control over a worker's life. The employer wasn't just the boss, they controlled the worker's residency status, legal permissions, travel rights, and even job mobility. In simple terms, you couldn't leave the country, switch jobs, or sometimes even step outside your accommodation without your sponsor's permission. What started as a system of regulation turned into a structure of exploitation. Over time, rights groups across the world called the Kafala system a form of modern-day slavery. Workers, especially those in low-paid sectors like construction, agriculture, and domestic work, often reported having their passports confiscated, wages delayed or denied, and movement restricted. Many couldn't even return home because their employers refused to grant exit visas. For women working as domestic helpers, the abuse was particularly severe, with cases of overwork, harassment, and physical mistreatment frequently reported. Despite repeated global criticism, the system remained largely unchanged for decades, until now. Under the new reforms, Saudi Arabia has introduced a contract-based employment system that gives workers far more freedom and protection. Foreign employees can now change jobs without needing their employer's approval. They can also leave the country freely without requiring an exit visa or the sponsor's permission. Even better, workers now have access to labor courts and formal complaint mechanisms, allowing them to report abuse or exploitation safely and seek justice. These reforms aim to shift power away from employers and restore dignity, independence, and legal protection to migrant workers, particularly the millions of domestic workers who have long been most vulnerable. Saudi Arabia's foreign workforce makes up a staggering 42% of its population. Most of them come from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and the Philippines, and they are the backbone of Saudi's economy, building its skyscrapers, maintaining its infrastructure, and keeping homes running smoothly. Women in domestic work are expected to benefit the most, given they have historically faced the harshest treatment under the Kafala system. So why did Saudi Arabia finally make this move now? Part of it comes from global pressure, especially after neighboring Qatar faced major criticism for its treatment of workers ahead of the 2022 FIFA World Cup and was forced to reform. But a bigger reason lies in Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's Vision 2030, the grand national plan to diversify the economy and reshape Saudi Arabia's image. The Crown Prince wants to attract more foreign investment, skilled professionals, and international partnerships. And that means cleaning up the kingdom's human rights record. By scrapping the Kafala system, Saudi Arabia is signaling that it's serious about modernization, economic reform, and aligning with global labor standards. So what does this mean for the millions of migrant workers, including 1.3 crore Indians living in Saudi Arabia? It means more freedom, better protection, and a fairer working environment. But as rights groups point out, the success of these reforms will depend on implementation, whether the new rules truly reach the ground level and whether employers comply in practice, not just on paper. Still, for now, this is a huge step forward. The Kafala system, once seen as an unshakable part of the Gulf's labor model, has finally been laid to rest. And for millions who have lived under it for decades, that's not just policy change, that's freedom. With Farhan Khan, Bureau Report, India Today Global.